everyone, and welcome to another round of Driven by Speed. We are round 12 for the DBS F1 series. We are located at the American continent. Once again, this time we are located in Mexico. We're in the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexican Grand Prix. How ironic that we had the Mexican Grand Prix in real life not too long ago, and we have now come in the virtual side of things. So yeah, we here for round 12 of the championship out of 24 races. Clear skies, a nice beautiful day in Mexico City. So yeah, the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, the racetrack located in Mexico City, the capital, is a 4.3 kilometer racetrack with 16 turns, 3 DRS zones, one down the pit straight, the other one at the end of turn 2 and towards turn 3 at the end of turn 4, and then at the after the high speed S's towards the baseball stadium, which will be at the end of the middle sector. Not sure what the race will be in terms of the conditions, but if anyone on the stream is watching in terms of the drivers, can give me a little bit of info on that, that would be an absolute treat. And anywho, 18 minutes of qualifying is about to begin. But first, to go over some race reports, and I am very happy to say that there isn't any from the race last week in China, so that is definitely great news to hear. Although there was some action that happened in the opening laps, but that never got reported. And the case is, well, yeah, so no one got punished, no penalty points, no time penalties, nothing. So yeah, that is the case. So we'll gloss over that. We'll go over the championship standings in a little bit. But first, let's give you a bit of a guided tour of this place, and we will get right along with Blocky Rex. Make sure it's changed out to kilometers an hour rather than miles an hour. We'll ride along with Blocky Rex in the Haas as he'll give us a guided tour of the circuit here in Mexico. Down the pit straight with the DRS open, reaching speeds of nearly over 320 kilometers an hour or over 200 miles an hour. Braking at the first braking zone, using the apex there on the inside curve of turn 1, then turn 2, and turn 3. Third gear all abouts. Opens the DRS again for the second DRS straight towards turn 4, which was the next heavy braking zone. Second gear, and then up towards turn 5 using the apex bottle gain out of the way. Now rounding about towards turn 6 and 7, that double right-handed apex. And then we get into the more difficult bit of the S section. It's a bit of a nightmare on pad, so you want to try to keep it as flat as much as you can. Blocky somehow gets away with that, even with cutting that much of the track. Down the back straight, opens the DRS and into the baseball stadium, Lane Evernham's favorite part of the racetrack, as he has said in the commentary in other leagues in the past. Second gear, third gear out to the hairpin, and then into the foul core of Mantelcore or the Paratata, and crosses the line. 16 flat is what Blocky Rex sets as the benchmark. Dan the Racer, his teammate, follows suit with a 17.7. So the Haas's right now are the only two to lock in a time. And yeah, we've only got 18 drivers on the grid. No Iconic Hugh, he's still serving his race ban. And then, strangely, if you saw him beat Banana Cake Pie, he wasn't supposed to race, but I guess he's going to watch this race. He is not racing because he got in a motorcycle accident last week and broke his left arm. And that is Jack that has crashed at the S's. Let's see if I can find his car. It's like, I think it's on the left side of the track. Oh, it is middle of the track, I should say. Yeah. Probably used a little bit too much throttle, I'd say, through there. So we're riding along with Tim, last week's race winner from China. He's won back-to-back races so far. One Brazil and one China, like I mentioned. he crosses the line, does a 16.3. Vision set a new pole time of 15.8, as you can see on your screen. Him and Absolute Unit had a pretty good fight last week in China, and then the man that crashed out, Orphan Drop, got his very first podium in this series as well, and also did it by doing 22 laps on the medium compound tire, which is something I would not expect from anyone to do, especially around China. I remember it was like pretty much mixed condition. We had intermediate conditions at the start, and then it went to drier conditions towards the halfway mark of the race. But yeah, we'll see how this race pans out. I don't know what it will be in terms of conditions, but we'll see if it'll be dry or if it'll be wet or whatever the case is. So let's see. We've got, at the moment, Vision on pole with Blocky in second, Bottle in third, Lane Ever in fourth, Tim in fifth, and then Prezzo in sixth. Curving has set a 16.5 on the medium compound tire. That actually is a pretty impressive lap time there from the McLaren. He's missed out a few weeks because he's been working, so he's back in action this time around in the McLaren. False right now in 8th, JJ in 9th, and then down the race rounds off the top 10, and that is pretty much all the drivers that have set lap times so far here in qualifying. But Bulky Rex strangely going 3 laps on those tires as well, so hopefully he doesn't do that in the race. And that is Vision that has crashed out at the S's. I'm trying to see if I can find anyone there. Yeah, there's the car there. Up there it is, right there on the right side. He's crashed out on the S's as well, just like Jack did not too long ago. Let me try to actually change it to a different graphic there. There we go. I've had on the best lap time tire graphic, not the actual tire graphic. Also, let me change the. Oops, that's not what I was looking for. Let me go and change the telemetry as well. Actually, no, that's not it. There we go. Yeah, change it to kilometers an hour. I know you Aussies pretty much go with kilometers an hour, so gotta adapt to that, of course. Let's see. Greedy, you're on a lap. You're close to the end of your lap at the baseball stadium at the Flora Soul. Rounding the final corner, Mansell corner, and crossing the line does a 17 flat. That puts him to 10th place. Also, False also did a time on the medium compound tire as well, a 16.7. That's not bad at all from the Alpine driver. Can't do crap. About to end his lap in a moment. And coming around Mansell corner, or the Paratata. No, there's several different names for that. Crossing the line does a 15.7, gets ahead of his teammate for pole position by nearly a 1/10 of a second. Nicely job there from the Ferrari. And let's see. Who can we find? That's also in a lap here. A little bit quiet, at least for the time being. But yeah, to keep in mind though about Mexico, one thing to note is that this track is also one of the highest tracks in terms of being above sea level. It's about 2.2 meters above sea level. So it kind of puts a little bit of a strain too, like in real life. I mean, it doesn't really affect it in the virtual sense. It does affect though, like the engine in terms of like the engine temperature, because the engine is having to adapt with less air come in to the turbocharger, which makes the engine heat up very quickly. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that, obviously, in the virtual sense of things, but, you know, that's also something that you have to keep in mind when you come into somewhere like Mexico or any place that is pretty high above sea level. Yeah, so we got more times on the board from the way it looks. Butler, who came in late in qualifying, right now is sitting in 11th place. He's missed out a few weeks as well. But we'll see how he pans out for today's race. Tim coming around the baseball stadium at Florisol. One of the more party sections, I'd say, of the racetrack. He's about to cross the line and does a 15.7 as well. 8 100ths quicker than Cantu Crap. Does a 15.714. Very solid time there from the Aston Martin driver. Got pole last week as well, his very first pole of the series. Can he make it back to back? We'll have to wait and see. Some yellow flags. So that is the Alpine of, I think, Absolute Unit going slowly. And on the medium compound tire as well. And right now he's currently the championship leader, leading by, I think, if I remember correctly, by 8 points. I don't have it on my phone, well, in front of me at the moment. But I'll take a look at the standings, obviously, once towards the end of qualifying. Let's see. JJ is way down on his time. And that is Prezzo that has crashed out at the S's. Yeah, there's the car there. You can see way far in the background. Crashing at the same area that Vision crashed earlier at the S section. So that's his qualifying officially over for today. He's got to hope that he doesn't lose any more time. Or any more positions, I should say, because of that. Let's see here. JJ, you're on a lap right now, from the way it looks. Are you pushing? This first sector says he's up by 5 100ths of a second. And a little bit of teamwork from the way it looks from, I think from the Alpines, from the way it looked. They were very close to each other, giving each other tow. Absolutely was pretty much trying to give his teammates some tow, but he's also giving a Ferrari a tow of Cantu Crap. But he's on an out lap. Let's see what Absolute Unit can do on the medium compound tire. The leading runner for that is Curving with a 16.5. Trying to keep it steady through the S's. Clips the curves very nicely, actually. Second sector, he's at a 57.4. That should put him somewhere in the 16s, I think, as he now makes his way around the hairpin of turn 13, now into turn 14 and 15. Round the final corner, clips a little bit of that, much of that apex. And up to the line, it's a 16.9. I think he might have lost a little bit of time from clipping too much of that inside part of the apex. So that puts him just behind his teammate for 14th place. Somewhere I would not expect him to be at all, too. Considering he's like the lead runner for pole. I think he's got like 6 or 7 of them, if I'm correct. I'll have to work out some statistics and the future as well. But if I had to take a rough guess, he is the leader for pole position. Or the pole positions he's gotten. Cantu Crab is up by 3 1,000ths of a second going through the first sector. And let's see what he can do through the middle. 5th gear, up to 6, through the S's, taking a wide line, but actually does a pretty decent, oh, but that's a bit too wide, but he gets away with it somehow, and he's up by 3/10 of a second. So even with him going very wide, he somehow got away with not getting invalidated. Now through the baseball stadium, getting a good camera shot of those lovely sponsors, as Lane would say. Coming towards the line now, and it is a 15.4. Puts him 2/10 clear of Timmett. And he's done that on 3 lap old softs. Don't really think you should do that. And meanwhile, I think it looked like Botton improved while I was looking at it. He did a 15.9. Lane's got to 3rd with a 15.8. He's just below Tim. A fairly impressive qualifying from him so far. as we got almost 3.5 minutes to go here in this qualifying session. And Jay, you're still on the same tire, 5 laps. Why are you still doing laps on the same compound? Bit interesting. Yellow flies, that is Butler going slow, I think. No, that's another. No, that's Oscar Crook. That's the other AlphaTauri. That was going a little bit slowly. Cantu Crab's not pushing. Curving will start a lap soon, so with Butler and also Reedy will begin their laps momentarily. We'll actually ride along with Curving and see what he can do. There's 16.5 on the medium compound tire. Can he find at least another 1.1 seconds to get into the pole position? So down the pit straight towards turn 1, reaching 200 miles an hour or 322 kilometers an hour. Third gear, all the way through, kept it pretty steady indeed. Up the gears towards the second DRS zone, up to now the next braking zone of turn 4. Up by 2/10 according to the first sector. Now to the double right-hander of turns 6 and 7, and into the S's we come. 7th gear goes down to 5th, up to 6th through the middle part of it. 7th gear keeps it in 7th gear. Interesting there. I usually would keep it in 6th. That's what a lot of drivers were doing earlier. Middle sector says he's up by nearly 6/10. Oh, but runs very wide, but somehow does not get invalidated. He is very lucky that he didn't get invalidated. Through the Paratata, flips the corner there, crosses the line now, and does a 15.6. That puts him into 2nd place. So that's a pretty steady time. Reedy crosses the line, only improves by 3/1000ths of a second, so not much of an improvement there from the Alfa Romeo. But still, I gotta say it's a pretty strong qualifying from him so far too. Yellow flag, so that's just some slower some traffic there in the baseball stadium. Lucky beginning his lap now. And so will False. And there are the 2 Red Bulls as well, of Conehouse and Poddard about to start their laps fairly soon as well. Conehouse about to, actually no, Conehouse invalidated, but he will go again. And, oh, hello. A little bit of traffic there I saw. Tim currently on a lap and right behind Conehouse. And he's used up a lot of his battery as well, so he must have invalidated and he's just going again. But he probably should have tried to focus on trying to save his battery. Ooh, cut a lot of that corner as well. And absolutely it goes to pole, but on 4 lap-old softs goes to a 15 flat for the Alpine driver. That's a fairly solid time, but that could be a bit costly if he's not careful in the race. But still a very good time nonetheless. And that's qualifying over. Yellow flies, that is an Alpine of False. He is going slowly. Let's see what Blocky can do. He's up by 2.5 in the middle sector. Lane has crashed out in the S's. Yes, so they would struggle there. Crosses the line. Blocky wrecks. 4/10 up, and it is 3rd for Blocky. Next across the line is an Alpine. Going into the pits. I take that back. Bardock goes to 6th with a 15.8. Tim next across the line. Half a second up. It cannot be pole position. It's a 15.3. About 3.5 off of absolutely. But what about Cantu Crab? He's down in the middle sector, but he is invalidated, so he will not improve. Who will be next across the line? Reedy has invalidated. He cannot improve. And I think, from the way it looks, I think qualifying is officially over. Well, there you go. Absolutely back on pole position where he has pretty much have been for a lot of this season. But yeah, only about Actually, about 3/10 clear of Tim. I said 3.5 tenths. No, it's 3/10 clear. But still, strong qualifying from the Alpine. I don't know where on earth that come from, but he did that on 4-lap soft tires. Chich has been going in and out of that session too. I've been noticing. Hopefully, won't affect him in the race. Absolutely, still you're representing the Danish flag, and Tim's actually representing the Mexican flag along with curving. Well, there you go. That's very nice to see. But yeah, 3/10 clear of between these two. Absolute unit. Tim can't do crap. Blocky. Very good qualifying after having been absent for a while. Curving, also nice qualifying after not being around for a while. In 5th, Boddard, Lane, Vision, Reedy, Butler, Oscrook, Prezzo, Conehouse, False, Dan the Racer, JJ, Big Chich, and Jack is the only one that did not set a time in qualifying. So yeah, to go over the championship just really fast. Let me go into the standings real quick. So yeah, like I mentioned, Absolute is currently the championship leader with 263 points ahead of Tim Ant, who has 180. Can't do crap with 158 in 3rd. BCP tied with them in 3rd with 158. Big Chich in 5th with 153. In 6th is Curving with 126. Botthard in 7th with 122. Iconic Q, like I said, who's still serving his 3 race bans, is in 8th with 109. Lane Everingham completes 9th place with 104, and then round off the top 10 is Blocky with 101. In 11th is down the race with 85. The Red Bull of Conehouse in 12th with 79. Vision in 13th with tied for 13th with False. Excuse me and my English, with 75. The Alpha Tower is rocking up 15th to 16th with Honest Crook with 61 points, and Butler with 54. Jack in 17th with 43. Prezzo in 18th with 39. Reedy in 19th with 21, and then JJ, who made his debut, only has 1 point. The Constructors, though, is tied for first with Alpine and Aston Martin with 338. Ferrari in 3rd with 233, I should say. Red Bull in 4th with 225. Haas in 5th with 214. Mercedes in 6th with 192. McLaren in 7th with 166. Williams in 8th with 147. AlphaTauri with 115. And Alfa Romeo rounds it off with 108. And that is that. So let's look at the tire situation here. So yeah, top 10 on the soft compound tire. In 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. 11th through 14th. Oscar, Prezzo, Conehouse, and Falls are on the medium compound tire. Dan the Racer is going the hard, so that's going to be very interesting to see. JJ, Chich are going to be very aggressive. And, oh, what is this? Banana is actually going to race? Well, there you go. The man that had his arm broken, his left arm broken, is actually going to try to race. And he's starting on the soft compound tire. Well, this is going to be interesting to see how that pans out. And Jack in 18th is going to start on the medium compound tire. Right. Okay, I was not expecting that, but all right then. We'll see how that goes for BCP with a broken arm. It's like, you can't get this man even away from racing, even with a broken arm. But in all seriousness, no, I definitely hope that Banana's doing all right with his left arm, though, for sure. I've ever seen it a while back. It did not look like it was in the best of shape. But we'll see how it pans out for him. I hope he has the ability to hold that controller for sure, because I know he's on pad. Anyway, the cars are lined up on the grid. We've got 36 laps ahead of us here in Mexico City for the Mexican Grand Prix. And I'm sure it'll be one heck of a Grand Prix, hopefully better than we saw in the real life. But here we go. We've got the lights coming on here in Mexico. And it's lights out, and away we go. That's an awfully quick light. And down towards... Oh, the Mercedes of Prezzo game very squirrely, but there we go. Down towards turn 1. Slipstream is going to be very interesting as we head towards turn one, 3 abreast in 2 rows. Absolute Unit takes the lead, stays the lead, I should say, as they make through the first 3 corners. Tim in second, Canty Craft in third, curving alongside with Blocky Rex. Blocky has not had the best of starts throughout the first few corners. Down towards turn 4. So far keeping it tidy, at least around the outside, coming his bottom around lane. Yellow flags, that is BCP, or no, it's Jack, that's off to the grass and makes contact with the Aston Martin. And through the S's we go. Absolute Unit leading the way. Tim in second, Canty Crap in third, curving in fourth, and he's coming right behind the Ferrari. He's not close enough of it from this particular occasion. And here it comes down the inside is the AlphaTauri Butler, trying to go around the outside now into the baseball stadium. We go through the hairpin. Cannot make the move. Lane holds on as they now complete the first lap of 36, with Absolute Unit leading by 0.8 of a second between himself and Tim. And of course DRS is not enabled until the end of the second lap, but of course that DRS won't be in full use until we get to the back straight of the S's on the third lap here in Mexico because of the different variations of the detection zone. Tim trying to keep Absolute Unit somewhat honest, but he's losing a fair amount of ground. He's now about a second down. He needs to be within under a second if he wants to get DRS the next lap. So it's going to be interesting to see how Absolute Unit fares out with those 4-lap old soft compound tires that he had at qualifying. And meanwhile, Honest Crook on the medium compound tire is in the top 10s. He's had himself a fairly decent start. Chich right now in 13th. He's made up some places as well on the opening lap. And Chich is meanwhile getting ahead of, or actually, oh, hello, what's going on here? Looks like Chich or Prezzo getting in the inside of the baseball stadium as Reed goes for the inside move. Kono's and they make contact and spins. Goes the Alfa Romeo. He didn't really spin, but he was probably a half spin. But here comes Kirby with the slipstream. He's got overtake on down the inside. Jack gets a penalty already, and Kirby gets through. Canty Crab doesn't even fight him for that. And Bernard has retired in the pit lane, as wisely so. Yeah, definitely you're not going to continue with a broken arm, buddy. So Canty Crab and Kirby are trying to fight out for third place. Tim trying to get close to the Alpine. He's under a second. The one thing you have to keep in mind too is the penalties might come as a factor in this. It is easy to get penalties here in Mexico, for sure, if you're not careful with track limits. And that is a Aston Martin of PCP's car, pretty much just strolling out on the track. And he's not within 3 seconds. He's losing a fair amount of time to the Alpine. Meanwhile, Blocky on the back of the Ferrari now, so Canty Crab seems to be struggling a little bit on pace and is under pressure from the Haas. Down towards the main straight. He will have the DRS advantage and have the slipstream. He should be able to get him before the braking zone, and he will get him before the braking zone. And goes easily past the Ferrari. And up into 4th place. Nice move there from Blocky Rex. You will have DRS again because obviously that is what happens when you're in the detection zone of that pit straight. You get DRS advantage in the second part of the DRS. And now Blocky will try to close in on curving. Right now it's a 1.3 second gap between the top 2 for the time being. As Lane gets a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Like I said before, the S's aren't really his best friend. I understand that as a pad user. It's really difficult to go through those S's on a pad. Vision also gets himself a complimentary penalty there for multiple warnings. But Blocky might be under pressure now from the Ferrari as he'll try to fight back. There's Botta there looming behind. Yeah, already, we've already got some more penalties. Now that part I didn't see. I guess the graphic went through so fast that I just couldn't keep up. Can't do crap. Tries to look on the inside. Not close enough to get to the Haas. Just quite yet. There's Botta right there, just looming large. Sin behind, just letting those two know I'm right behind. Here comes Can't Do Crap. Down the inside. Oh, I couldn't see from that angle because the graphic kind of covered that. I think he was trying to go for a move on the inside, but then just decided he'll hold back. Meanwhile, Reedy getting past false for 15th place. And yeah, that dirty air is going to be another factor as well. You can see how much Can't Do Crap is losing time because of those lines right there. And here comes Botta down the inside. No, he does not. He thought about it, but thought wisely and just decided to stay behind. And that is Reedy out. He has crashed at the S's. Will that be a safety car? And it is a safety car now deployed. Right, so this helps. Well, this just could help somewhat of the guys that were behind the top four because they're coming into the pits. Onto the medium compound tires they go. So let's see what happens here. So yeah, absolutely Tim, Curving, Blocky, and Osh Crook did not have time to get back into the pits, neither did JJ. JJ's up to 6. He's actually doing a fairly decent job. But yeah, Prezzo is not pitted. Cunhouse didn't pit, neither false. Can't Do Crap has, Spothunters has. Butler's going to another set of softs, so he's gonna, well, and he's also missing a helmet as well. But, yeah, he's gonna go for a soft medium from the way it looks. The more ideal strategy really here in Mexico is a soft, medium, soft. The soft tire I know can go very quick, but the problem is with the soft tire I've noticed around this place, it does burn very quickly too if you're not careful with the tires. I do too sometimes have times where I struggle with tire management around this place, especially on the soft tire at the start of the race. I find myself to sometimes struggle on pace at the opening laps. So what does that mean for the top 4 then that were still in the soft? Are they going to come in then and pit for mediums? Oscar can just stay out. He can go for at least another few more laps. And same with Prezzo and Conehouse and Falls. Let's see. No, they don't. They're staying out. Oh, actually, one of them is coming in. Blocky. He's coming to the pits. JJ's now coming to the pits as well. And JJ is... Oh, it's hard tires. Okay, so he's going to try to go to the end of the race if he can. And Blocky will go to a set of mediums. Well, I mean, you could try, but I know you're going to be struggling on pace around Mexico because the hard tires suck around here. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, we're just under safety car conditions because of Reedy crashing out on lap 5 in the S's, which resulted right now in the safety car being out on track. Yeah, very unfortunate there for Alfa Romeo. They're not going to have any points to their table. And we'll still be stuck in last. We'll get rid of this for now. I think I've got an idea of who's on what. But, yeah, it's just the thing that really bugs me, and I've said this over and over again, and I'm sure if others have too, it's just I hate the fact that the leaderboard just takes up a third of your screen and I can't really see much of it. So like when I put the tire graphic on, you know, it's like I can't see if there's a pass coming on. Anyway, safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. So It'll return to its natural habitat in the pit lane, and Absolute Unit will lead the field here and begin lap 8 when they cross the line. So he goes when he will go. Let's see when he goes. He'll probably go by the time they get around the final corner. And oh, he spins! He spins on at the restart. That is costly there for the championship leader, and he's going in. Curving though on the back of the Aston Martin. As they go towards turn 1, will Curving make the move on the inside of the Aston Martin? Wheel to wheels, they go to the first couple of corners from turn 2 into turn 3. Tim going a little bit wide off the track as they now make their way towards the back straight towards turn 4. But Tim on the inside line, he will have the straight line speed advantage, but Curving breaks later than the Aston Martin. Around the inside of turn 5 they come. Into turn 6 and 7 they go. Still wheel to wheel. These two are not giving up an inch as they now make their way through the S's. Now Tim backs out of it. But what a good wheel to wheel combat between Curving and Tim. That was absolutely brilliant. And that is Can't Do Crap. And that's Vision that's out. And Bullet's out as well. They both crashed out at the S's. Will that result in a safety car? The answer is no. We stay green. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Both have crashed out of the S's. I don't know if there was contact. Now we've got a virtual safety car that has now been deployed. And that has now translated into a full safety car being deployed. Well, there you go. That's a dramatic couple of laps now, wasn't it? You remember when Tim spun out at Singapore on the restart? Safety car restart? Only he crashed into the wall. Absolutely, and it did not. Anyway, Blocky comes in again. Butler into the pits. There had to have been some sort of damage from those three, maybe. Something must have happened that I just didn't see. I just noticed the two dots were just stationary in the S's. But that was some wheel-to-wheel combat, though, between Curving and Tim. That was brilliant. Through 6 corners, they were side by side and not giving up an inch. Just very respectable racing indeed. Anyway, there's the safety car there. Parked at turn 3, the exit of turn 3. So now the soft runners can come into the pits, the ones that have not pitted yet, which is Curving and Tim. They can definitely come in now. And they are now. So there you go. More cars following suit. Honest Crook is pitting on the medium compound tire. So will Prezzo. What are they going to come on to? On hard tires. Okay, interesting choice. So Prezzo is going to... he'll obviously go to the end. But the pace advantage might be lacking. And medium's on for Curving and Tim. And Honest Crook. What does he fit on? I can't see. It is mediums. He's fit on another set of medium tires. And Konaus is on a set of softs. Is that a new set? Let me look. Yeah, it is a new set of soft compound tires. So rather than Absolute being plumb lost, he's now up to 11th place. Yeah, something had to happen with Can't Do Crap, Bubba, and Blocky getting into the pits. Because I'm probably going to assume they had damage. But False is now your race leader. Let me look at the tires again. And he has not pitted yet. Everyone else has pitted. So the Alpines pretty much have swapped places in terms of where they are in the race. The championship leader down the back of the field, and pretty much his teammate just strolling alone in first place, but still hasn't pitted. But he can go for a while in the medium tire, but we'll have to wait and see when he pits. It'll be interesting what he can do. I mean, if he goes to medium soft, I mean, not really going to be the strongest strategy. I mean, if you wanted to go for a soft run to the end, you probably have to pit on lap like 24, 25. Prezzo gets a 5-second penalty for speeding the pits. Oh, wait, I think I know exactly what. Absolutely, just crashed out on the pit straight. You're joking. He's out of the race. Crashing out on the pit straight. There's his car there on the pit, near the pit wall. How on earth has he done that? That's the championship leader is gone. He's out. Well, before that was happening, I was going to say, I think what happened to Prezzo is I'm guessing the game gave him the wrong tire. I've had that happen before. It's so irritating. Where the game, like, gives you a wrong set of tires of what you had on your MFD. So, like, let's say, I know, like, in the, you know, before you get onto the racetrack, you know, obviously, you set up your pit strategy and stuff like that. What tire you start on, what tire you want to pit on. He probably had his on medium hard, but I'm guessing under the safety car, he changed it to mediums. Or at least that's what I think he did. He changed it to mediums, but the game's like, no, you're gonna go to a set of hards. We're just following the strategy. That's my rough guess, at least. But anyway, safety car is coming in this lap. Hopefully we'll have a more controlled restart and have not another Alpine end up into the wall. And False will lead the field, and we will get back into green flag racing. A little bit more of a steady restart, but the field's all bunched up. It's now a slipstream fest with Big Chich behind. Coming up towards the inside, he doesn't have the straight line speed. Dan the racer, though, he's got a lot of it. And down the inside he goes. Into the first corner, and he leads the race. Dan the racer is in the lead. Who would have thought of that? The first lap he's led here in DBS. 3 wide between Jack. Where did he come from? He's made his way up to second place. As False is falling way down the field after leading the restart. And look at this again. Another McLaren and Aston Martin battle out, Tim and JJ, but they managed to get through that controllably. Now the Aston Martin's going to have to deal with Chich. He's going to try at least make an advantage of trying to get some points. Oh, a sideswipe there from Chich. Oh. That was just lag. Okay. McLaren and the Alpine wheel to wheel through the stadium section here, down through Flower Soul into barrier. Oh, contacting into the barrier. I'm getting messages from Absolute Unit if you can calm up. Maybe in a little bit. I've got a lot of valves to look at right now at the moment. And through the... Oh, that's the yellow flag. What's that for? What's that about? Oh, that's on his crook. He has got an end plate missing on his front wing. I think there's damage from other cars as well. Maybe. Yep, there is. More than that, the Alpha Towers have had some sort of collision. From what I'm not sure. I don't know if it was laying yellow... What? 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. Well, I didn't see a yellow flag indicate. Maybe it indicated when they were spinning. That's probably what happened. Curving, trying to go down the inside. Can't quite get the move stick. Not quite. Oh, but Dan goes very wide. Can't do crap though. Wheel to wheel. Oh! Oh, almost made a bit of contact there with the McLaren. Well, thankfully they went through that safely. Let me see. Has Jack pit again? Yeah, he has. He's on 7-lap old soft compound tires, and he's gonna try to get close to the McLaren. Ah, so they made contact! Dan the Racer and Jack have made contact. And as a result, Jack has now fallen down a few places because of it. But Curving has made his way up to the top of the field, and oh, what on earth has happened here? Jack and JJ have had a collision, and another safety car has been deployed. What? How on earth did that happen? We've had 3 safety cars and we're not even at the halfway mark. Goodness me. How on earth was that collision happen? So, I could have sworn that JJ was a little bit like ways away after they made contact at the first corner. And then all of a sudden they win the barrier in the third corner. So, I have no idea how though. But they've both got no front wings at all. Well, there's going to be some sort of confrontation. But my gosh, more safety cars. And a drive-through penalty for Butler for speeding under the safety car. And more drivers coming into the pits. 5-second penalty being served for Conehouse. Guessing a collision somewhere under the safety car. And a front wing change as well. And hard tires. Oh, goodness me. Jack coming in. Oh, yeah. Well, he's going to have more time in the pits, isn't he? Yeah, no, I'll get you in. Absolutely. I'm just trying to... Yeah, no, I'll get you in. Yeah, I'm just seeing through the... through my PlayStation messages. Give me a minute. If you're watching the stream, just give me a minute. What was it again? Absolute... There you are. Alright. There you go. Now you're at it. You should be able to join now. I've added you to the group. Oh, goodness me. 3 safety cars that were not even at the halfway mark. What sort of mess have we got here in store here in Mexico? It's even more dramatic than what we had in real life. Up only from lap 1. And Prezzo dropped down a couple of places. Has he had a spin or something? Ah, here's the man. So what happened to you down the pit straight? Yeah, because that was just a bit of a bizarre sort of incident for me to see there. That's funny is that your rival Tim also did the same thing at Singapore, only his resulted in a DNF at the restart. You just happened to do that at least a couple laps later. Funny enough. But well, pretty much seems like you haven't missed too much apparently, except for a few incidents. As we've got, apart from yourself, we've got a few other drivers that have retired. Do you know what happened between Bottom and Vision in the S's? Did you get a good view of it? Yeah, I didn't get a good. I couldn't see because I was focusing on Tim and Curving at the time the incident happened. But maybe we'll see if there is an inquiry after the race. But yeah, crazy enough, we've got 3 safety cars and we're not even at the halfway mark. now we're just beginning lap 17. Still under the safety car for the third time. Yeah, he is into the pits again. For what is that gonna be? Probably a set of mediums? Yep, it is a set of medium tires. So there you go. And away he goes. Yeah, a lot of pit stops I've been seeing throughout this safety car period, so. I think you might want to have your mic, what is it, no, you have to put your audio, like, public, so, like, because I got a comment saying that, saying I'm talking to someone, but they can't hear you, apparently. Yeah. Yeah. That goes. Yeah. Some guy named Conan Lanham said that. I think that might be Conehouse? I'm not sure. But yeah. You just gotta make it public so that I'm not like talking into thin air. But anyway, safety car coming in this lap. So it'll be Curving that leads the field now. So interesting. Well, how this will pan out. He's got Dan the Racer behind, Tim in third, Canty Crab in fourth, and then Blocky rounding off the top 5. And he's going now. So pretty much he decided to go before the final corner, unlike what everyone else was doing. And away he goes. He built up a half-second margin to Curving. Tim had a bit of a slow reaction to it because he's got Canty Crab all over the back of him. Well, Paulson Bicic, a little scrap. What's happening here? Orphan Drop getting past Lane for 10th place, and now trying to get past Conehouse around the inside. Has a better grip on the tires as well, soft tire to the medium tire, and gets through into 9th place. So a little bit more of a controlled restart than what we've been seeing for the last two. Yeah, Curving's already built up a 1.3 second margin to Dan the Racer. He is starting to fly away from the rest of the field. False there, trying to get a little temperature in the medium tires, and meanwhile Orphan Drop gets past JJ for 8th place. Not sure though if he can carry those soft tires to the end, but we'll have to wait and see as Prezzo and Butler scrapping it up in the stadium section. Still wheel to wheel as they go through the final turn. Butler will try to go for the over-under, and will be wheel to wheel as they go down the pit straight, but should get clear, and he does ahead of the Mercedes-Benz. And Prezzo gets a 3-second time penalty for his good measures. Let's see. What is the penalty situation looking like? Who has the most? Oh, well, what do you know? Prezzo has the most with 12 seconds worth of time penalties. Common thing that you see in Mexico, though, to see people accumulate so many penalties. I suppose it wasn't the entire field, though. Sorry? Oh, yeah. No, go ahead. No worries. Take your time. And Big Church, meanwhile, getting past Blocky. Blocky's a little bit under pressure here from False and Orphan Drop as they make their way to the stadium section. Around the outside goes False. And here comes Orphan Drop down the inside into the hairpin of the stadium section. A little contact there with the front left tire. Thankfully, Blocky does not spin out, but drops a couple of places to False and Orphan Drop down to 8th place. As now DRS is enabled, and Curving has built up a 3-second margin to himself and Dan the Racer. Canty Crap getting past Tim for 3rd place at turn 1. There's Chich behind as well, coming close. Now Canty Crab's next target will be Dan the Racer. Let's see, what is the tire situation here? They're pretty much on the same age of tire, but Canty Crab's on the soft, so he's going to have to pit again very soon. He's on the soft compound tire, he won't make it to the end. As JJ gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. After the S's. Yeah, Dan the Racer taking a little bit of odd lines there. Doesn't seem to be having the best of times through there. Got the DRS, not quite close enough. It's 3 wide foul here for Tim. Oh, contact there between Chich and Tim. Somehow Tim gets through, or Chich gets through, as Jack goes around the outside of Tim at the hairpin. That's actually a bold move there. You don't often see moves like that get the hairpin around the outside, but he did it pretty well. Jack now coming around the right side and should get past the mark. He does get past the mark for 4th place. He will have DRS again once they get to the second DRS zone because of the detection zone only being at the final corner. Little Falls come close to gain Chich as now Can't Do Crap has gone past Dan the Racer for 2nd place. Carrying a 5.2 second margin. And I think those medium tires should carry him to the end of the race. For sure. Have you got your mic situation all sorted out? There should be a setting in like the party settings where it makes you. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, more contact between Dan the Racer and Jack. There wasn't really enough room. That Sketchy Crap finally goes in. Yeah, so he obviously can't make it to the end of the soft tires, which is expected. Jack trying to get past Dan the Racer around the outside into the first corner. And easy as you like, ahead into 2nd place. But will he have enough soft tires to catch Curving, who's about 6.2 seconds up the road? As False is now coming towards Dan the Racer down the inside. Very low up. Oh, they made contact between the Alpine and the Haas. But they get through. False gets through for 3rd place. Only be a matter of time to see when Jack closes up to Curving, but I imagine those tires are going to be fading pretty soon. I don't know if he can carry. I don't think I'll be able to carry those to the end of the race. Oh, and crashing is Conehouse. He's out. He has crashed out at the S's, and a safety car for the 4th time has been deployed. And Curving has come in. He is very lucky that he managed to get to the pits in time, otherwise that would have been very awful for him. And onto a set of... Oh, it's a set of mediums. Okay. I'm surprised he didn't go for softs. He can go to the very end on those, if he were to pit for those, but... Okay. Chich stayed out, JJ stays out, Os Crook stays out, a lot of others are coming into the pits. Jack, Dan the Racer, Lane, and Blocky all coming in. No, he's not, he's staying out on the medium tire. But he's going to be behind Blocky. Blocky and Lane, the only ones that pitted for soft tires out of that. Yeah, which should carry them to the end. Yeah, very unfortunate there for the Red Bull of Conehouse. Red Bull not going to score any points either, like Alfa Romeo. But my guess is he probably carried a little bit too much speed somewhere in the S at the end of the S section, just hit the curb, and then the way the car went. At least that was my educated guess, because the car ended up in the left side wall at the end of that. So let's see. Curving's pitted for fresh medium. So did Falls. Dan the Racer can't do crap. And the penalty situation is 6 seconds to Chich, 3 seconds to Jay, 3 seconds to Crook, and 15 seconds to... Oh, hello. What's going on here? Oh, Prezzo's coming in again. Really? Again? Alright. And what is he on now? It is a set of softs. I'm guessing that he didn't want to go to the medium tire. Right, okay. Butler's coming as well. For... Looks like... What was that, soft tire? No, another medium. Oh, it's another... Oh, it's one of the different sets of mediums he used earlier. Ah, right. Okay, right up. So interesting little tire strategies here from this safety car. So the 4th time we've had a safety car in this race. Yeah, we can try that. Here, I'll switch over then now. Alright. Hello? Yeah, maybe, check the stream maybe, see if that works. Anyway, safety car coming in at the end of this lap. Yet again for the 4th time here in Mexico. And Chich is very close to the safety car as well. But now slows down. We'll wait till he goes. And he goes now. So there you go. But it gets a shocking restart. And here comes Oz Crook. And Curving gets a really restart. And gets ahead of the Mercedes-Benz. Not a great restart for the... Oh! Oz Crook almost hitting into the grass there. Chich and JJ coming at each other. Oh! Contact between the two. And the Mercedes is spun around. And they're... Yeah. Contact between the two. Somehow Jack and Oz Crook escaped all of that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Lane had a... Oh! More contact! Yeah, by Dan the Race. Yeah, by Dan the Racer. Yeah, Dan's not having a great time with the Williams cars, that's for sure. He had contact with Orphan Drop and is having contact with Lane. But Lane gets through. Yeah, well he's on those fresh set of mediums, so that's obviously the big explanation why. But he might be under pressure from Lane if he manages to get through this field. He has to get through Falls on his Crook and Orphan Drop. As Curving sets the fastest lap of the race with an 18.1. Of course, DRS is not enabled just quite yet. Running on board with the Williams, slipstreaming, using that overtake button and gets past the Alpine before the braking zone. Passes the side by side. Oh, block! Oh, brake checks him a little bit there. As Prezzo had to cut the corner there to avoid all that, and gets himself another penalty. So that's now 18 seconds there. Meanwhile, they're further up the road. Lane and Oz Crook. Oh my goodness, what contact! Lane is definitely putting those elbows out, that's for sure. And he gets through the AlphaTauri into 3rd place. Now he's going to go hunt down his teammate and see if he can get past. Yeah. No, he's That's his first one. He's got 3 of them, but the rest of them have a little bit more behind. Blocky's got 6 and Prezzo's got 18, so he shouldn't be too concerned. Just gotta make sure he doesn't accumulate more penalties. So yeah, now DRS is now back to being enabled again. So this week again, lap 27 of 36 here in the Mexican Grand Prix. He just needs to get close to Jack and then try to see if he can hunt down Curvy. The lane should have the tire advantage throughout the entire race. Entirety of the race as Prezzo and False going wheel to wheel. Prezzo managing to get through, at least for the time being, but False and down the right, or no, Blocky I should say, scrapping it out. Blocky going down the inside, makes the move stick ahead of the Alpine as Candy Craft gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. This lane is now closing more of that gap, a little bit more. It's now 1.2 seconds between the two of the Williams cars. Kirby has lost a fair amount of time, I've just noticed as well. He's lost a few tenths to the middle sector. Prezzo, ooh! Goodness me. Contact there between him and Osh Crook. But still out somehow gets through. Does line up DRS though to close on his teammate. No, he does not. He did not get under a second at the detection zone. If Lane wants to win this race, he has to get past Jack, get past Curvy, and get a 3-second margin. Whoa, Prezzo, that was close. Well, there'll be a side swipe there between him and the AlphaTauri. Thankfully, there wasn't any contact. Yeah, these guys are still scrapping it out for 4th place. Lane trying to get close to Jack. He will get DRS this time, surely. He's under a second. What's the penalty situation for him, though? Hans Crick gets a penalty there. Oh, he's got 6 seconds. So he has to build a 6-second margin, not 3 seconds. Right, okay. Will Lane have DRS? He should be able to now. Oh yeah, now he's got DRS. He should be able to get DRS now. See if Team Morris comes into play here. Well, further back, Blocky slingshotting past the AlphaTauri getting by, and so will Tim as well, getting past the AlphaTauri. The lane is closed on Jack. Yep, there's the team orders. Jack just lets Lane through into 2nd place. Oh, right. Okay, Absolutius left the party. Okay, well, I guess I'll go to the party chat. There we go. Hello, everyone. I'm back into the party chat. Anyway, we've got 29 laps down, 36 out of 36. Kirby right now has a 2.6 second margin to the Williams of Lane Everingham. Will Lane have enough tire life though to get close? As Blocky sets the fastest lap of the race, the 1:17.9, being Kirby's time by about 2 tenths. Butler though getting past False for 8th place. JJ now sets fastest lap with a 17.8 on the soft compound tire. Push the top 15 will score points at the end of the race. At this rate, I don't know if Lane has enough to catch curving. He might be struggling on those soft tires. Yeah, he's lost about 4/10 through that middle sector. Prezzo actually runs wide. Where on earth did he come from? Yeah, of course, flying there on that soft tire, but he's accumulated lots of penalties. 21 seconds to be exact of time penalties. Oh, goodness me. The only ones that haven't got penalties is Tim and Curving. They're currently sitting in 1st and 6th. Lane running low on battery. And that's Jack closing in. Closing. Oh, he backs out a little bit. Near the little lift from the throttle from the Williams. While Blocky and Tim still scrapping it out for 5th place. Not close enough, obviously, to make any sort of move. Through the S's. But Jack's getting a little bit compromised by all that dirty air that's accumulated on there from the other Williams. He's got his brother all over the back of him. I think if mathematically, though, Prezzo will probably drop down to somewhere outside the top 10 with that many or somewhere at least close to the top, below the top 10, or the lower part of the top 10 beforehand. And here comes Jack around the inside and gets through. So Lane tried to see if he could catch curving. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out for him. So they swap places as Bananas left the session. Surprised it took him that long, actually, to leave. Not gonna lie. Oh, Prezzo going very deep there, and around the outside. Oh, but pushes Tim off the track there at turn 5, still side by side as they make their way towards the S's. Tim trying to get around the inside and through into 4th place. At this rate, though, Tim will get into the podium places as long as he keeps up with the 2 Williams. And that is on his crook out. He has crashed out of the S's. Is that a safety car? Will we see the safety car for that? I think the answer is no. Yeah, we're staying green. Still yellow flags from sectors 2 and 3. That's still the car. Still down in the middle of the road. No, Tim! What's happened to him? Oh, I thought he might have crashed out. I'm sorry. He's lost out. He's going down to 8th place. He was in 4th at one point. Oh, I thought he might have spun out or something. My bad. But yeah, no, he's down to 8th place because of that. I am not sure what happened. But Kervin is very, very lucky that wasn't a safety car. Otherwise, he probably would have been absolutely mad about that. I know he has not had the best of luck in the past with safety cars coming out at the wrong time for him. So now Tim finds himself fighting near towards the middle as Prezzo accumulates. How many is that? 24. Jeez, if he gets 2 more, he's on the verge of disqualification. Goodness me. Church now gets a penalty there. There's number 2 Mercedes accumulating another penalty for multiple warnings. As we're now at 2 more laps to go here in Mexico for the Mexican Grand Prix. Yes, JJ gets himself a penalty there for multiple warnings. And if memory serves me right, I think we would have curving as our 5th different race winner because we've had... Oh, Finesse come back. We had Cantu Crab being one of them who won Zandvoort. Chich won France. Absolute Unit has won Spain, Hungary, Canada, and Monaco. And then Tim's won Brazil and Bahrain and China. As Chich has left the session, as Tim has now accumulated himself a penalty. As now we begin lap 35 here. Oh, hello, what's going on here? What was that just going off the road? That was Prezzo. Going off the road there at the final corner. Must have lost a little bit of traction there. So it looks like a good scoring finishes then for the Williams pairing of Orphan Drop and Lane Everingham. This could be back-to-back podiums there for Jack. Oh wait, I forgot that Absolute Unit also won Singapore. Yeah, so we'll probably see what the penalty situations will be at the end of the race. Second, third, and fourth are fighting genuinely for position. And Curving is the only one that has not got a penalty. So fair play to him, definitely. Especially around a track like Mexico, where it's very easy to accumulate penalties as he begins the final lap here in Mexico. Lap 36 of 36. Blocky gained a massive slipstream. Round the outside goes the Haas. Can he get him into the first corner? Oh, they made contact! Lane has made contact with Blocky. And that's him dropping down into 5th place. And oh, his tires are smoldering hot. He's going to be losing traction at the rears. And look at this, he's already under pressure from Tim and Butler. As they go around the outside goes Butler. Tim goes down the inside. Oh, Lane is definitely not going to be happy about that. Oh, that was not... I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, there was contact, I know, between those two. I couldn't see how much room there was from the camera angle I had. But such an unfortunate circumstance for Lane. But meanwhile, up front, this McLaren of Curving, Texas is going to become a new winner here in DBS. He crosses the line, takes the checkered flag, and wins the Mexican Grand Prix. Jack will come home in 2nd place, and Blocky to come home in 3rd. 2 podiums for Jack and Blocky. Back-to-back podiums for Jack. This time it's a 2nd place finish. Tim comes home in 4th. Falls in 5th, Lane in 6th, unfortunately for him, who was looking at a podium. Dan the Racer at 7th. Butler will finish in 8th. Prezzo rounds off 9th place, and JJ and Cantu Crab will round off the rest of the finishers. Oh, goodness me. Man, my English there on the last bit. As the confetti there from the Mexican fans spew out into the air. Some drama, and Cantu Crab does get the fastest lap of the race there. But what a race indeed. Jack gained driver of the day from 18th to, I think it was from 18th to 2nd. Very nicely done indeed. And now the podium celebration. This is win number 1 for Curving, Texas. And 2 podiums for Blocky and Jack. Very nicely done indeed. So he becomes the 5th different race winner, along with Absolute Unit, Tim, Chich, and Can't Do Crap. But very nicely done indeed there for Curry. 18th to 2nd though for Jack. Very nicely done there indeed. After crashing out in qualifying, not setting a lap time even. Curry wins. Jack in 2nd, Blocky in 3rd, Tim in 4th. False in 5th, Lane in 6th. Dan in 7th, Butler in 8th, President in 9th, JJ in 10th, Can't Do Crap in 11th. Chich, oh, you represent a Brazilian flag. Huh. I should have represented that a couple weeks ago then, man. Honest Crook in 13th, Conehouse in 14th, Absolute Unit, Botod Vision, Reedy, and BCP. These are the DNFs, pretty much, from 13th to 19th. But there you go. That is the Mexican Grand Prix. Very interesting race there. Indeed. 4 safety cars. Who would have thought of that? Actually, wait. I'm trying to remember what. Wait, it was Chich, Absolute Unit. Oh yeah, Iconic Q1 USA. Tim. Yeah, so there's 5 different race winners. So yeah, there you go. Well, ones that got more than 1 race win is Tim and Absolute Unit, with Absolute having 5 and Tim having 3. Absolute won Spain, Hungary, Canada, Monaco, and Singapore, and Tim won Bahrain, Brazil, and China. But yeah, what an interesting Mexican Grand Prix that was. 4 safety cars. Definitely more dramatic than what we saw in the real life Mexican Grand Prix. That's for sure. But yeah, of course the real life Mexican Grand Prix definitely was interesting though. Max Verstappen definitely gained another victory. Of course, showing the mightiness of the Red Bull in race pace from that. But the man that showed the might in Mexico today was the McLaren of Curving, Texas, gaining his very first win here in DBS after being absent for at least a couple of weeks. A very nice return indeed for the McLaren driver, for sure. But yeah, no, that was a very good, a very interesting race overall. Definitely going to be some changes in terms of the points deficit now between Tim and Absolute Unit after Absolute crashing out on the pitch straight. And yeah, that was a very interesting race indeed. So the next race carries us now to Abu Dhabi at the Yas Marina circuit for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Of course, another Tilkodrome that nobody seems to enjoy. I definitely am one of them because I am one of those people that despises Abu Dhabi. But it should be an interesting race. I mean, there is some cases in the virtual sense of things compared to real life that Abu Dhabi has produced some pretty interesting races in the past. Chances of a safety car there can be quite high as well in the virtual sense of things. We'll have to wait and see what goes on then. And also, I don't know when the patch will be coming out for the new patch for when Jeddah, which is the site for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. That's a new hybrid street circuit that's supposed to be in the penultimate round of the championship by next month. We should be seeing that hopefully sometime around then. But then also that'll be the unfortunate thing too, because that'll be the goodbye of the white Red Bull livery. We'll no longer be seeing that, and we'll go back to the original one. But who knows when that'll be, but it'll probably be somewhere in the mid or late part of November. But until then, we'll tune in next week for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. My name is Katie1997. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the stream. Be sure to give a like if you did enjoy the stream, and subscribe to Driven by Speed. And until then, take care and good night.